Alright, hey guys, welcome back to Ninja Talk with the Bunny and Frog, and this week we're interviewing Pat from Nickel City Ninjas.
Ducks, look at this new shirt on Warp Wally's website.
Wait, well that's so cool!
I think I'm gonna buy this one.
You know, you can buy that shirt for 15% off using the code Ninja Talk at checkout.
That's great. I love all their amazing designs and shirts, and they make really nice, cool stickers.
Yeah, Warp Wally's Ninja Goods Emporium is now a proud sponsor of Ninja Talk with the Bunny and Frog. They got a wide selection of shirts, stickers, and more for ninjas and even ninja parents at warpwallys.com.
They come up with great shirt and sticker designs and have an amazing team of ninjas, the Non-Stop Ninja, Seda Meg Toto, and Nora Brown John.
And, as we mentioned earlier, Ninja Talk listeners get an exclusive 15% off code at checkout. Just use Ninja Talk, all one word, no spaces. Warp Wally's, smash that buzzer in style. Where was I?
Oh, you're talking about this new episode.
Oh yeah! This week we're interviewing Coach Pat from Nickel City Ninjas. We talk everything about how he opened it, how he hosted the Canadian National Championships, his involvement in the ninja community, and stuff about how we're training for the off season and what's going on with him right now. And we're going to talk all about that after the break.
You are listening to Ninja Talk with the Bunny and Frog. Don't forget to follow the podcast on Spotify or Apple Podcasts. New episodes every Friday at 11 a.m. Eastern.
Alright guys, we're here with Pat. And, so Pat, how'd you really, get started in the whole ninja gang?
It all started a couple of years ago, I'd say about 4 or 5 years. I was working underground for a mining company, doing a bunch of stuff there, but didn't like what I was doing, watching the TV show, American Ninja Warrior, with, family and friends, during the evenings. And then one day I seen something posted on Facebook saying, you can give this a try in Sudbury. Went to go give it a try, and then kind of indulged myself in the whole sport even more. Wanting to be on the TV show and really wanted to pursue that. And then from there, obviously, ended up starting my own business and then running programs for kids. And then it became all about the kids eventually because, at that point, I was so busy with the programming and with running the gym and, being on that side of things that it became more focused on, getting the kids to where they want to get to and accomplishing obstacles every day.
Yeah, no, that makes a lot of sense. Definitely, just a big part in ninjas, how the kids are doing, how you want, them to grow as well as yourself, for sure.
Yeah, most definitely.
So what made you decide to open Nickel City?
It was something that was missing in Sudbury. So in Sudbury, we do have another ninja gym, and that's kind of where I started. I started the whole entire kids program, and then what happened is kind of not aligning with what I exactly wanted to do. I wanted to bring a very inclusive and positive, facility in town. Strictly mainly focused on kids, but we do host adult programs and comps and things like that now.
Yeah.
But we did start with toddlers, and then 18 months plus until the age of about 14, and then we grew to the adult program, teen program afterwards. But for the first year, we really tried to structure our programming at Nickel City to be extremely inclusive, so that anybody can come. Kids with disabilities, adults with disabilities. So we made it extremely adaptive to the point where we can host anybody and make sure that they can conquer obstacles every single day and weren't left out.
No, that makes a ton of sense. Definitely, it's very good to be inclusive as you are, very involved in the community, and it's definitely something that's very good, and we'll also touch base on that later. And so you actually recently were the host of the Canadian Ninja League National Championships in 2024. It was an outstanding event, and you went above and beyond to create an amazing experience for all the athletes and families. So what was your experience preparing such a massive Stage 3 event?
Yeah, so, at first I wasn't really sure if I was going to run that or not, just because of where we are with our business model, the plan. We're only a couple years into the business, so to have, a big event like this run in our community is something we really wanted. The timing didn't fully work out, but we made it work because we wanted to host it. We felt like it was the year to host it, only because it was a transitional year, meaning season 4.5 was a bit of a smaller season, and it was really the season of changes for the CNL, for the Canadian Ninja League. A ton of changes that season, and a ton of trial and error, right? So trying different formats, trying different things. My personal experience, we started planning this in the 2023, late November, and then went into December, and that's when I kind of found out I was actually going to run things.
Yeah.
I had to find a partner to help me out. So I found a good friend of mine. I've been friends with him for about 5 years, Silas Snyder, out of Rebel Ninja, Sault Ste. Marie, also been on the TV show American Ninja Warrior. So we had him on board as a technical course designer as well as myself. And then the two of us kind of came up with the whole idea behind the course formats, what kind of obstacles we were going to bring. We wanted to make it very different than anything we would have ever seen at any national event before. That being said, both the Edmonton and Langley BC national events were amazing. Kudos to them; they did fantastic. I just wanted to bring something different to the table and try to go a little above and beyond at everything we do. Right, so that's kind of how I like to run things, and I feel like we were able to come up with some really cool obstacles.
Yeah, no, for sure. As you mentioned, that Silas was also a designer on the course. So how was it collaborating with him, and then how did you guys get some of the inspirations for the obstacles that you built and eventually were roped into the course?
Yeah, so I brought him in. Like I said, he's been a good friend of mine for about 5 years. We get along really well. We work well together. We've had him at our summer camps working with me side by side. I'm learning off of him. He's always learning off of me. So it's pretty cool to be able to collaborate on something so unique. And it's something we both really wanted to add to our resumes, right? To have that on your resume, to be able to run a big event like that, it is really, really cool and a big undertaking. So to be able to add that to the gym's resume, my resume, and his, it's a really interesting and really cool thing to be able to achieve. We worked well together. He was obviously inspired from obstacles and things that he's seen on the TV show. He's also been in the NSC competition, so a couple obstacles from there we kind of got some inspiration from, and then kind of tweaked them a little bit. And then myself just bringing some knowledge from some stuff that I do here in the community, and then as well as just being able to complete the whole entire event schedule, coming up with the decor, coming up with the excitement coming into the building, and everything to do with what is it going to look like, what kind of changeovers are we going to have, and then we kind of just based it off of me doing a course, him doing a course, and then we worked together on the final course. So we kind of had a plan, and we stuck to it, and it worked really, really well.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah. Who designed which course?
So Silas had more of a sense of designing on the burnout, and then I was all about the flow speed. That being said, we both definitely obviously went through the courses together, and we both agreed on everything. And we both came up with specific obstacles for each course, but we kind of go through it and say, he was definitely the guy for the burnout, just because of his knowledge on it, and just the sweet course that he came up with. I thought it was unreal.
Yeah, that course was electric.
Fun to undertake, but really tricky at the same time. And I think that's where it wiped out some of the best, right? And that's what this competition was all about. And then I think the flow was just fun to be able to track people in 30 seconds, 40 seconds, 45 to a minute. And the time limits were extremely reasonable, but some were really, really tricky. And I love to see kids and adults in every age division just try and crush it.
Yeah, the 30-second time limit for the pros was awesome.
Yeah, it was really cool. And you know what? At the end of the day, we were kind of, this is gonna be tight. But we knew it was possible, and it was extremely close. There was definitely a possibility. So it was nice to see that these guys were in it to challenge themselves and stay positive throughout that course the whole time. Yeah,
it definitely helped really push the pro division, because I feel it wasn't. It's a speed course, so it's not really the hardest obstacles in the course. They all can do it, but by putting such pressure on them, you made them stumble a little bit for sure.
Yeah, for sure. No, I thought it was really cool. Super different format that I'm used to. I don't really design courses in 30 seconds. I've never done that. So for me to, have that kind of under my belt now and be able to kind of bring that style of course design to the Canadian Ninja League and courses that I might set in the near future. I think it was a great opportunity for me to do that. And then as for the burnouts, I've done, a burnout and designed something for my kids in the gym back in the day. So it was more of, his game on that side, and he knew exactly how to do it. And I was extremely proud of him for what he did.
Yeah, that was pretty cool, yeah.
Do you have a favorite obstacle out of all 3 courses that was your favorite?
Yeah, I have a couple, but my ultimate favorite's the surfboard. It's the one that you've got to fully flip and somersault over the board to be able to continue to swing under. So in this one, it was on my course. It was on the flow course, and it was rings or a bar or an obstacle to a treehouse that we built, and then from the treehouse, some of the younger divisions had to run onto the surfboard and jump right off of it, and then some had to actually flip over the surfboard. And it was super cool to see because not everybody has had the opportunity to do that, although they do have the obstacle out in the States at specific competitions. Yeah, I was extremely happy to have it in the course, and it's extremely excited to see specific people and honestly everybody just kind of try it and be like, wow, that's a really cool and different obstacle. But kudos to the teams in the States for, obviously having that idea out on social media and us being able to kind of copy it and put it into one of our comps.
Yeah, no, for sure. That was definitely one. It was at the Midwest Regionals. I don't know if you were there. I don't think so. And definitely I feel like a lot of us before that were really hesitated before they went to that. But because we only had like 5 seconds left by the time we got there, we just threw ourselves up over the board and hoped that we hung on. Cool. It was electric. It was so fun.
Yeah, it's pretty. It's a lot to take in, and we have it up in our gym right now. So we still have the obstacle at the gym, and we actually just went through some of this week, our recent week with our classes, and it was extremely cool to see how somebody's up on that board and they're so hesitant, and it gets right in your head, especially if you have a lot of time to think about it. It's almost better to be kind of on a tight time restraint, to be like, I've got to go right now.
Yeah,
and that's kind of why we put it at the end like that, to make it a make or break. If you're not going to jump off this thing, you're not going to hit that buzzer, right?
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
So do you have any next steps for Nickel City Ninjas at all that you're thinking?
Yeah, so right now we're kind of in a bit of a coasting year. So because of the way the business is built, we've obviously ran the big event now, so we've got the championship kind of under our belt. We're going to coast the next year and just kind of recoup some funds and some energy, because it did take a lot out of us for about 7 months, and financially it does it definitely takes a bit of a toll on you if you go above and beyond. It does cost quite a bit to run something like that. So we're going to coast for about a year here and just do more stuff for the community, smaller events, and really try to push on our mobile ninja rig and our adaptive fitness programs. I've got a soft spot in my heart for kids with disabilities, and I love having them in the gym and being able to give them the same experience that anybody gets, right? And I feel like that's super important.
No, it's definitely very important just to be very inclusive. It's something that's very good and very very kind, and it's definitely something because they don't often get the same opportunities, but by being able to do this super fun sport, it's definitely really good.
Yeah, with the community, we have in the ninja community, it's so positive and welcoming that, it's the perfect opportunity to have, maybe even a division in the future where it could be an adaptive division at a competition, right? So there's not something saying they can never compete. It's more so they'll compete on an adaptive course doing something extremely different, but still overcoming obstacles in their own way.
Yeah, for sure.
So what was your experience like at WNL World Finals this year?
Yeah, so this was my first ever WNL's competition. I've never actually even been to a WNL competition. So to have the world event as my first ever competition, I think they did a fantastic job running the event. I was extremely impressed by the flow of things, having to run so many athletes in those 4 days. And the courses were built I thought, in my personal opinion, they were really well built. That's just me. And my team was extremely happy too. We got to spend a lot of quality time together as a team, and then we got to see a lot of cool people and meet, a bunch of Americans, and got to see some Canadian friends, Canadian teams that we see here all the time, right? So it was nice to get out there and see some new obstacles, some new faces, and get to meet some really cool people, and see what it was all about. It was a fantastic event.
Yeah, did you have a favorite obstacle from that event that you were able to try or watch other people attempt?
Yeah, so on my stage 1, I failed the third obstacle. I think 90% of the elite athletes failed the third obstacle. It was the turbo rollers, and I don't know. I think I really liked the obstacle. I wish I could have tried it one more time, just because I think I could have probably got it. But yeah, that's just the way the cookie crumbles sometimes. And I think it was cool to have such a hard obstacle, at the start of the course, but definitely wiped out some really good competitors. So it kind of goes both ways. But I really enjoyed it, and that would have probably been one of my favorites for sure.
That's really cool. Yeah, it's definitely something that's like more unique. I feel like you don't really have something that takes out that many competitors, but yet at the same time, like it's not. Just anything can happen on it, really.
Yeah, looking at it, like when I first got into the facility, I was kind of like, okay, like we got the road flares, which was a really cool obstacle at the championships. I bought that, to have something a little bit different. So just the same concept, but a bigger roller. And then I was like, okay, cool. Like I've done that a couple times and I feel comfortable on it. And so these guys won't be as bad, but they turn way faster, and very smooth. So it definitely took me out for sure.
Yeah,
but it was really cool to see some people make it and get the rope swing right after. So I was extremely impressed with that. And then going on to like the discipline side, which I was extremely happy with. I thought it was really cool to have those kind of circuits on the technical course. It was kind of the last obstacle where you had to push, we'll call it a PVC roller, but it was a padded PVC roller through these like bird boxes type of obstacle. I don't remember the name of it, but I thought it was the coolest and most brilliant thing that was there the whole weekend. Like I just loved the fact that you had to push an obstacle through and obviously couldn't not keep your hands on it.
Yeah.
Before you let go. There was a lot of cheats on it, which
there was
is fine, obviously. Ninja cheats are a big thing, and I think that's cool. But I would have loved to see like more people actually do it properly, just because you needed to be, really skilled to be able to kind of make that move and that transition quickly. Mm-hmm. So it was definitely a really cool obstacle for that.
Yeah, I wish they moved the buzzer so like there was less availability to skip it. Like I wish they moved it to like the left a little bit more.
Yeah, I don't know if they even really thought of that, and it's not like it wouldn't be their fault. It's more so like even for the championship a couple times for us, we were like, oh, we should have put the buzzer here, or we should have made the time limit. You don't really know till the first person goes, and when the first person goes, you're like, oh man, like I could have done that better. And as a course designer, and somebody that's ran a big event, now it's kind of just really cool to see that like it happens really quickly after like the first 5 people go, and then you're like, now it's kind of sets you up for the whole weekend, right? Then you know they're just going to continue to do that, right? So,
yeah.
And you can't change it.
So do you have any advice for like ninjas during like we'll call it like the off season at all?
Yeah, so I mean, so my team and the gym continues to run all season long. But my advice to everybody is, it is an off season. It's a break for you to really enjoy time with family and friends. And although it's really important to train and get out to parks and get out to the gyms, I do strongly believe, I've got a young family, and I think any family, it's important to take some time away from it as well, and just reset your mind to be able to come back extremely strong the next season. That being said, I don't think it's necessary to like fully break from it. But you can definitely do it in moderation. Do it, once, twice, 3 times a week at smaller scale. But I'm a big believer in family time and vacationing and really taking time for yourself after such a busy season, and being so proud of how every athlete does and stuff.
Yeah, for sure, definitely, that's very important.
So you're very like engaged with the Sudbury community. So can you tell us a little bit about like what you're doing and like what's coming up?
Yeah, so I'm a big supporter of Sick Kids Hospital. I also deal with Easter Seals Ontario, which is a camp for people with disabilities, people with wheelchair accessible, to go into a camp and be fully accessible to them, to do zip lining and to do a bunch of different water activities and really cool stuff. So we have an event here called Dancing with the Stars every year, which a few local entrepreneurs will get in on. They get a couple judges, they get professional dancers to come and teach us. So I've done that for 2 years, and I'm actually going to be the main sponsor for this year's event. So I'll be doing it a 3rd year as well as
That's
the
awesome.
sponsor. So I'm super excited to kind of announce that. So this will be kind of the first time it goes out and airs out, but we'll be the presenting sponsor for that event. And I'm extremely happy for the community and City of Sudbury and the people that surround us for giving us the opportunity to do these things by continuing to support the gym. If we didn't have these parents and the kids supporting our gym and coming for these classes, we wouldn't be able to fund these projects and these fun, really cool things for these kids, right? We wouldn't be able to donate the mobile rig to a facility to have a fun play day with their daycare, or that we wouldn't be able to do those things because we would have to charge. And that's the thing, right? Is at the end of the day, not always about making money. It's about making a difference and, making a positive impact on the families around you and the community, anybody that surrounds you.
No, for sure.
Yeah.
Just lastly, do you have any like plugs? Where can we hit you up and learn more about you?
Yeah, 100%. We have we got Instagram. It's NC_ninjas on Instagram. Facebook, just Nickel City Ninjas, and then our email, our website. We'll go with the website. It'll be nickelcityninjas.ca, and we've got some pretty cool live tours on the website. We got a glow in the dark facility that you can literally walk through and scan through on the website. So if you just go to nickelcityninjas.ca, you can check that out, and then you can actually see real time what we've got in the gym, what we're setting up, things like that. So it's pretty neat to see what's going on and what kind of changes we have coming.
No, that's really cool for sure. And Owen, are you aware of the time at the moment?
I am. All right, here we go. I told a bad chemistry joke once. It didn't get much of a reaction.
You guys are funny.
That's great. Oh, all right. Well, thank you so much, Pat.
Yeah, 100%. Anytime, guys. I appreciate everything you guys are doing for the community. I love the podcast. I listen to it on my way to work every day at the gym. And then we have it rolling sometimes, too. So I'm super excited for you guys and hope the best for both of you.
Awesome. Thank you. You as well. See you soon.
Thanks, guys. Yes, 100%. You got it. Have a great day.
Have a good rest of your day.